Okay, you can simplify some radical expressions using the following property. So, division property of square roots. So if a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0, the square root of a over b can also be written as the square root of a over the square root of b. So I can take the square root of 36 over the square root of 45, square root of 49, and rewrite it as the square root of 36 over the square root of 49, and which gives me 6 over 7. When a radicand has a denominator that is a perfect square, it is easier to apply the division property of square roots first, then simplify the numerator and denominator of the results. When the denominator of a radicand is not a perfect square, it may be easier to simplify the fraction first. So let's look at some examples. Okay, so let's look at the example. All right, so we have simplifying fractions with radicals. So we have square root of 64 over the square root of 49. And so that's really easy because these are both perfect square roots. So I have the square root of 64 divided by the square root of 49, which is just square root of 64 is 8. Square root of 49 is 7. Let's look at the other one. Oops. So we have the square root of 8x cubed over 50x. So for this one, it might be better to simplify before I change it. So let's simplify. For 8 and 50, those are my coefficients. They both have factors of 2. So 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 50 25 times. And then for my x cubed over x, it divides and I get x squared. So now I have perfect squares. So now I have the square root of 4x squared over the square root of 25. And the square root of 4x squared is 2x, and the square root of 25 is 5. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Oh, now let's do it by ourselves with the guidance. So we have the square root of 144 over 9. So that's the square root of 144 over the square root of 9, which is 12 over 3, which is 4. All right, the next one is square root of 36a over 4a to the third. So let's go ahead and only reason, there's lots of ways I can do this one problem. Let's look at my a's. Let's just deal with that. So we'll do 36 over 4a squared. We can reduce it that way. And then we get the square root of 36 over the square root of 4a squared, which is 6 over 2a, which is 3 over a. That's one way of doing that problem. Let's look at another way of doing that exact same problem. If I go ahead and divide everything, looking at this problem right here, go ahead and divide everything. I get 9 over a squared, which is going to give me 3. Sorry, let me break it down a little bit more. Square root of 9 over square root of a squared, which is equal to 3 over a. So I get the same answer by doing it 2 different ways. All right, and the last one is the square root of 25y cubed over z squared. So I have the square root of 25y cubed over z squared. And I'm going to break it down to the square root of 25y cubed over the square root of z squared. I have to break this down some more. I can take the square root of 25. So I have the square root of 25. And I'm going to break down this y cubed to the square root of y squared times the square root of y. And the square root of z squared is just z. So I get 5y square root of y, because I took the square root of y squared, over z. I hope this helps.